Ukraine's ambassador lashes out at Elon Musk peace proposal, telling him to f*** off and saying no Ukrainian will buy his Tesla crap. Ukraine-Russia peace. Redo elections of annexed regions under UN supervision. Russia leaves if that is the will of the people. Crimea, formerly part of Russia, as it's been since 1783 until Khrushchev's mistake. Water supply to Crimea assured. Ukraine remains neutral. Wait, is this actually an Elon Musk tweet? Because this is shocking. This is a surprising tweet from someone like Elon Musk. Wonder how many bots activated to turn around the original result. Indeed, biggest bot attack I've ever seen. I mean, I don't really care. Elon better. These Twitter polls are idiotic. Like, they don't mean anything. They're completely inconsequential. And yes, they are susceptible to bot attacks. But even if it was real, Monday, surprising in what way? Well, there are elements of this. First of all, this is like anti-Ukraine. Let's be real. This is as anti-Ukraine as you can get, while still not saying like, you know, Russia deserves the entirety of Ukraine. So there's that. Like, but there are parts of it. There are parts of it that make sense and parts of it that don't make sense.
Good stuff.
Redoing elections of annexed regions under UN supervision, for example. That part doesn't make sense. The reality is that like the entire LPR and DPR region once might have had legitimate interest in, being adjacent or being autonomous. But at this stage, it's over. There is no real consequential election that you could ever hold over there, considering the relocation that has already been made permanent and also all the deaths that have occurred. So I don't even know exactly how you could fix that because there's war happening there, okay? And Russia's elections in that region, especially after the resettlement, is going to be, again, it's going to be like 99% Russia because, you know, that's not going to work. Originally though, it was most likely way more complicated than and way different than the results are now. Okay, do you not trust the opinion of the 99.7 people in DPR? So there are differences here. There are differences here with like Crimea, for example. But the number one problem there is like the demographic change, or rather the displacement of people who were in any way, shape, or form remotely pro-Ukraine makes that impossible to have like a real election in. There's a reason why there's a difference between Crimea, and I say this all the time. This is like a very controversial thing that I say personally, which I'm surprised Elon Musk said as well, because the moment that you talk about Crimea on such terms, immediately people are like, oh, shoot, you just want, you want the worst for Ukrainians, you hate Ukraine, you want Russia to kill every Ukrainian or whatever. And it's understandable that people get very passionate about that take, because it's understandable people get very passionate about said take, about that specific opinion, especially considering that Russia is doing incredibly awful shit in Ukraine.